What's good, everybody? Let's talk about the D2 football finals, as always, presented by Palomar Insurance. SFC trying to finish off perfection. Steele Canyon trying to get back to the winner's circle. They've been a state champion recent enough that this is not like a long thing. Not going to pick. If that's what you want, I'm going to make a case for both sides, and I'm going to say that it's going to be a great game. But let's start making that case, and we will start with SFC at 12-0. Dax Labrum, their quarterback, has a pretty balanced offense. I mean, honestly, when you're looking at some of these teams that make it this deep in the playoffs, you see like, oh, that guy's always rushing for 100. That guy's their primary receiver. The rush game to set up the receiving game to set up the rush game, it doesn't matter. Kind of SFC just gets it done in incremental chunks that you just can't stop. Like, this is not a team that I would say is known for explosive 95-yard plays, but nobody has figured out how to overwhelmingly stop this offense, and that is a really intriguing and interesting thing. I also, with SFC and Christian and Bishops and Army, Navy and Country Day, any of those small coastal league schools, I'm always curious, like, okay, they're good in the regular season, but what are they going to have in the playoff? Like, this is SFC answering that call. Check out the defense. Everett Kirchhoff and Robin and Anzo Drew, awful with names, but the two of them, double-digit sacks is incredible. Cole also having a fantastic season below them. All three of those guys generating pressure is kind of a simplistic view to say, hey, that's the key to the whole game. But I believe that with that kind of a defensive line, if SFC has the ability to get after it at that level in this game, it should be enough to disrupt the offense. That being said, though, let's talk about what Steele Canyon's bringing to the table. Like I said, 9-3, they flirted with perfection for a while. They lost some really tough games to some really good opponents. The offense for Steele Canyon is very much the same kind of vibes as SFC in terms of Gavin Caja, their quarterback, spreading it out to an even number of recipients and weapons, and just kind of always having enough to get it down the field and get a lot of touchdowns. This is not necessarily a team that won all very low-scoring games, so they should have like the firepower, hypothetically, to match this. I'm not going to even predict if this is going to be a high or low-scoring game, because that's look, I'm just trying to talk pro in favor of everybody. Let's all have fun here. But for the defense for Steele Canyon, this group is where I'm kind of like, hey, someone's got to step up, or collectively, just as the team, like, you got to be in the right place at the right time, get enough bodies there. This SFC offense, like we said, is very, very good, and at 12-0, they have the momentum, quote unquote, maybe, but someone's going to step up for each team on these sides, and we're going to be very curious who it is, because also sometimes when you go into the championship, your opponents are game planning for your biggest weapons type of thing. So it could be guy number 2 or 3 down that actually comes up with the big one. So all that being said, SFC, like I said, they're the 12-0. They get the nod. I always go with the 1 seed until otherwise, but Steele Canyon winning would not be anything to be like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Let me know, though, what you think about this matchup, about wins, losses, about scores, overs, unders. Just want to hear from you in general, and we will see you guys Friday night, 7 p.m. for another fantastic high school football kickoff here in San Diego as we close out the season and head on into the state playoffs. Talk to you guys soon.